a, bad female university.
Welcome to the Close Friends and Homies podcast, where we bring the realness one topic at a time. I'm your girl, Rashana.
It's your girl, Lexi.
Yo, what's up? It's Jaren.
It's your boy, Sin.
What's going on? It's Tristan.
Hey guys, it's Ari.
And it's Jada.
Okay, y'all, so a lot has occurred not only in our lives this week, but in the outside world as well. Recently, the rapper Takeoff was fatally shot and killed dead in Houston, which has sparked rounds of conversation of whether Black Lives Matter really matters within our community. So guys, what do you think about all the conversation surrounding this tragedy about Takeoff's death?
I feel like personally, we're going to be sad about it, thinking about it, and then next week, it's going to be nothing.
Me personally, I just feel like we gotta put an end to this gun violence in the Black community. Like, over a dice game, y'all ain't even have to fight, bro. Y'all really took my way to Takeoff.
You know what?
Yeah, man, it's very sad. I definitely say it's very sad. The Black Lives Matter comment, let me put a question mark next to that one. I don't know. It's hard when countless Black lives being lost, especially the senseless violence like that. Rest in peace to Takeoff, for one. I don't think you can't, what's the word I'm thinking of? Gosh darn it.
It's okay.
But their impact on music can literally not be understated. They changed the rap game for a long time. So definitely rest in peace, Takeoff. And and it's definitely senseless violence. So yeah, man, another lost life.
I just feel like the conversation, we keep having the conversation and then it dies down and we continue to ignore it, talk about it for a little bit and then ignore it. So it's just like we need to have this conversation out in the open and we need to see where we can fix it instead of having this temporary band-aid that we cover over the situation.
I think the whole Black Lives Matter movement, I'm not gonna lie, when stuff like this happen, it does make me question it because you'll always hear people scream Black Lives Matter when it's like another race attacking the Black community. But when it's ourselves attacking each other, everyone tends to just want to chunk it up to the game, oh, well, you live by the sword, you die by it. But when are we going to say that enough is enough? So I feel like that is something that the community should focus on.
I don't even know if we want to have this conversation at all because I was sitting and talking to another girl and she was saying that this is a conversation that we always have. When are we going to stop seeing, just when is the media, I guess, going to stop trying to portray that Black lives are, Black violence on Black violence? She was basically saying that we don't see our white counterparts put in the media like this. So do y'all feel like that Black violence on Black violence is a myth or is it something that we do need to work on in the community?
It's clearly not a myth because it happens pretty much every day. It's a lot of things that don't get put in the media, but most of the time it's just noted when it's celebrities, but it happens pretty much every day, everywhere in the world, not even just America, in the world. So it's definitely not a myth, and I definitely think it's something that we should work on, but the question is how. There is no gun control laws, and even though there are a few laws that restrict certain people from getting guns at a certain age, you can still buy a gun, literally. So it's really the matter of what are we going to do to stop it, and when are we going to say enough is enough?
See, that's the thing, though. We've been having this conversation for centuries about this same exact thing, and nothing has happened. A lot of times in the past, this type of stuff happened, and it kind of just brush it under the rug. They don't ever want to I honestly feel like the way that the world is now, I'm not trying to be funny, white people, excuse me, but it is what it is. I feel like how they have the world set up, they have it pinned so that Black people can attack other Black people. That's just how I feel. That's just the world that we're living in. And as time goes on, I honestly don't feel like it's going to get better. I feel like it's going to get worse. Because nobody's doing anything.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I agree with what you're saying, and also I feel as though every single time that we keep having these continuous conversations, like I said earlier, nothing's like going to work, nothing's going to happen. And I know as Black people, we're always trying to save each other, and it's just like, you know, we're trying to get each other as like this big community against, you know, everybody else, but it's just like, a lot of people just don't want to be saved, a lot of people just don't want to be helped. So it's like, you just have to do what you can and try to protect your own local community, rather than trying to save other people. It's just like, they're gonna do what they want, and I know that, you know, that's very cliche and kind of insensitive, but it's like, you can't save everybody.
Yeah, I feel like that's very true, especially what Lexi said. Like, if we even look back to like the 80s, 90s, and 70s, the crack epidemic, like the government kind of instilled like drugs and stuff into Black neighborhoods to instill these gang violences to, you know, it's the whole divide and conquer type of thing, which kind of made, I feel like kind of like really started Black on Black crime between people, because it's like, okay, I have this territory, this is my territory, this is my sect, like, you know, and started making these different rules and stuff, which sucks because it's like we, like, together we are not the enemy against each other, like, you know, we need to like really stand together, and it's really sad that it keeps taking lives and stuff to really have people understand this, and like what Jada said in the beginning, like, soon people are gonna kind of forget about this, which is really sad, because Takeoff was like really a cool person. The Migos, we grew up on the Migos. Like most of us, like we saw them come up from 2016. Like I still listen to New Money every time I get paid. So like, like every day. So it's like it really is really sad to see it. But yeah.
I think I'm gonna actually have to disagree with that. Only because, yes, the system was created in such a way, and it was like, it's built to where the Black community is usually involved in like such rage and such violence, but when are we gonna realize that that's been an issue for years, and when are we gonna take responsibility, and when are we gonna take control of that situation? We can't keep blaming them. This isn't their fight right now. Those people are living life beautifully right now. They wake up in the mornings, they go do what they need to do, but the Black community ourselves, like he said, every day someone is dying from senseless violence. So I can't say that technically it's all on them, but I can say that the Black community is gonna have to do something about it.
I agree. I agree too. First of all, let me go ahead and, because I didn't get a chance to, rest in peace, Takeoff. Okay, baby, I love you. Period. Listen though, I honestly feel like we, our people, we're brainwashed. I feel like that. Y'all don't feel that way?
No,
But
explain it.
I feel like we're brainwashed.
I'm sorry.
Like, okay, so let me tell y'all. I was watching the Harriet Tubman movie. Have y'all watched the Harriet Tubman movie? You saw that one? And you saw the Black slave master and how he was so quick to switch up on us?
Okay, Paul, I watched this movie years ago.
Oh, so you didn't watch the new one?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's, it came out like, what, the next,
Not the one where
last
she-
2 years ago, maybe?
She killed him in the woods.
Okay, listen. It's probably different kind of versions of this movie, but listen though, I just feel like we were brainwashed for so long. I honestly, personally, just feel like if none of our ancestors did anything about it, we ain't gonna do that about it.
But going back to your Harriet Tubman analogy, what does the dude have to do with being brainwashed?
Cause he,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
cause he was black. Okay,
Because
that's
he
how.
what?
He was black.
That,
He was black, and he turned against his people. Like he was willing to snitch on his own people that was trying to escape.
I think they were.
That's like wrong. Did y'all not see the movie?
No, I think he was asking like, how does it relate to what we were saying before? Like, yeah.
because like,
Because that's where we at right now. Like the world is brainwashed.
I think they were trying to make it like specific. But moving on.
Okay, evidently they're not understanding. Like if you're at home, you understand.
We
Like you said,
understand.
we're
We
pretty
understand.
Period.
But I would
What are they
say,
talking about?
to regards to Jira, in regards, I don't think we can blame everything on white people. That's definitely not something we can do. But it's like the saying where you can't pull your own straps by your bootstraps. How
you
do you
can't pull
say?
yourself up by it.
Your bootstraps or something to that.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's the same. That's the
That
thing.
nature.
You have to be the one to control your life. Is the same, honestly.
Yeah, and I just feel like, we as black people, we just, there's a lack of resources as well. I can't deny that. Like, there's some communities where there's not therapy or it's not even in regards to therapy, but there's just not enough help in the community to be like, you need to go to this and that. Because if you tell people to follow the same direction or, I forgot how I was gonna go with this, but I'm just saying, like, it's hard to, we can't blame everything on white people, but it's also, you can't just be like, you gotta pull your own straps by your bootstraps or something like that.
I'm not saying to ignore them. Like, you can't ignore what happened because that's the foundation of our community. You can't ignore that, but it's also like how she was saying they're brainwashed. I don't feel like we're brainwashed. I feel like we're complacent. Too many black people are okay. I won't say okay with the stuff that's going on because it's senseless. So no one's okay with it. But it's like, well, it didn't immediately happen to me or my community. So it's like, what can we do about it? So it's kind of like we're stuck in this place. Whereas on the other side of it, if white people have something in their community where they feel like they're not okay with it, they're going to protest, they're going to do what they need to do, and they're going to change that for themselves. I feel like that's something that the black community is not doing.
I get what Jai was saying, like, what I was saying in the beginning and stuff, where it's kind of like, we were put these places by, like, you know, white supremacy and everything. Like, I feel like it started with them, but I get what she's saying, that we kind of got complacent, like, and, like, kind of stayed in that and stuff, not knowing how to get out. But I have a question for you guys also regarding this. Like, I've seen a lot, like, of people talking about, oh, well, like, it's the rap music, it's what they're talking about, yada, 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 like, you know, blase, blase. Like, what do you guys feel about that? Like, do you guys feel like all these rappers not only take off, but, like, people like Young Dolph and stuff and PNB Rock, like, do you think the way they rap and rap music in general is a reason why they're targets?
It's entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get paid to do a job, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like some of these rappers don't live a life outside of entertainment. Like, their life doesn't, just because you make money, the stuff that you were doing beforehand doesn't change. Those people don't go away. Those robberies and those enemies that you have, they don't go away just because you have money. They probably hate you even more after that. So, you know, I don't think it has anything to do with the rap in itself. Like PNB Rock, if you listen to his music, he's not a problematic person. He make pretty normal music. I like his music. He just got caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, that's all it takes. I've seen plenty of people post on social media saying rap is one of the most dangerous careers in the world, which it is, because literally all it takes is somebody knowing where you are,
Yes.
and it can be over just like that. And in Takeoff's case, Takeoff wasn't doing anything at all. He was literally in the back chilling. He just was at the wrong place at the wrong
I
time.
have this one question.
I mean, I got mixed feelings about this. I can't lie, because definitely like the lyrics and what we rapping about in the rap industry is affecting the kids, and they gonna come up and act a certain way due to what's being said in these songs. But at the same time, these artists are only rapping about what they've been through. Like, we can't blame them. This is like, they're a product of their environment. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? That's just, yeah.
And even then, Trent, it's like, you know, I was a kid at one point listening to Boosie, Gucci Mane, Yeezy, and I knew also that I didn't live that type of life.
I just got one question. Okay, we determined, we just talked about not having the lyrics. The lyrics are not, you know, per se what makes the rappers a target or influence gun violence. So my question to you, it may not be like the words in their lyrics, but do you feel like the jewelry that they wear and boasting on social media, showcasing their money? Because I remember there was a money challenge where you spread the money on the ground on Instagram and you spell out a word. Do you feel like this is endangering their lives?
I mean, black people as a whole have always been very materialistic, and it's like we never looked at the bigger picture. So I can see how that is, and you know how people are influenced, but you just gotta like really just take a step back and realize, okay, can I live that life? Can I maintain that life? So yeah.
I mean, that's how they promote themselves too. You gotta think, like rappers, they do that just to get their names out there, to like be like, well, yeah, I got this. I'm doing good, whatever. But I still feel like it make them a target for sure. Because if I go outside into this neighborhood, whatever, I don't know you, and I'm rocking this big chain, of course, I'm a target. Easy.
Oh.
I think personally, people just continue to stick to the point where like they value things or they value the actual soul. And I just don't understand that.
I love
Okay,
that.
that's deep, that's deep.
Okay, so I have a question for you. How has adulting and getting a taste of the real world affected your view on your past self?
Well, my past self would be actually very proud of me right now. Or I would say I'd be proud of her. She came up a lot. Like she was a at the house type of person. She was in the shell. She really didn't do much. And so to see now, like doing things like this, like the podcast and doing things on campus and actually being like out and active is something that she would have never done. So I'm actually pretty proud of her.
Mine is dead.
Wow.
I get what she's about to say.
Yeah, I don't know, like I feel like my past self would not recognize who I am right now. And it's a good and bad thing, I feel like good in a way that I'm just like, okay, I feel like it's kind of like a metamorphosis. Like, you know, I've changed so much and stuff and went through a lot to really change me, but also it is kind of still bad because I do kind of miss little parts of my old self, but it's like, yeah, I'm a butterfly. So yeah, she's dead though, but you know, R.I.P. her. She's, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Looking back at who I was very sheltered. I could tell like I wasn't really comfortable with getting uncomfortable. But now like I've grown past that. Like I'm doing things for me now and not for the people around me. And I can say I'm like proud of myself for that. So I probably like I came into the light to see like things that make me happy is when I'm doing something for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I would say I was delusional back in the day.
So what?
I thought this adulting life would be easy. Like the way I gotta give my parents props, bro. They made it look so easy growing up, and it's really not easy at all. Cause at the slightest inconvenience, I'd be ready to drop out and give up. Like it's just like that. So shout out to my parents for making it look as easy as they did. Now I'm a lot different than what I was 3 years ago, even last year. Just from previous experiences, traumas, and just things I've learned as well. So shout out to all the experience and also shout out to my parents too. I don't think they get enough credit. Shout out to everyone's parents.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
that.
that was so sweet.
I would say for me, my past self, I would say I viewed her, I didn't believe in her. Yeah, I did not, I was very, I wouldn't say I was confident as I am now, and I'm still working on my confidence. It's just, I feel like myself now in the present moment is, I believe in myself. I'm speaking up and advocating for myself, my dreams and what I see for myself, and not just allowing myself to be put in a box by other people or seek their validation because I am that boss. I am that boss.
Big
So,
boss.
so I
Big
think
boss.
I know you want to say boss.
so I just think I wish my past self had believed in her and believed in what she had believed, what her dreams were. So, no.
Oh.
I have a question for her. I have a question for her. So basically, like, we're both plus women. So do you think that it was like, do you think it's a thing for us to lack that at that moment? And like, all of like right now with the society views on plus size women being different, do you think that is playing like a really big effect? Because kind of like you, like when I was younger, I didn't have the best confidence, and still now I'm still working on that. But a lot of people make it seem like they just grew up and like, yeah, I'm a bigger woman, so I'm just that girl. Like, or do you think that it was something else? Like,
That definitely played a role because there was such a lack of representation in media and just in stores. Like
Yeah.
it was so hard to find clothes.
I hate shopping.
The only thing we had like was Kato's. Yes, and Lane Bryant.
Yeah.
So like seeing YouTube when
Yeah.
YouTube was actually starting to people were starting to go on that platform. We were seeing bloggers come out and being their authentic self. So there was a rise of plus size bloggers and them just showcasing their looks and personality. And that, you know, uplifted me in my dark times because I could definitely say I was depressed in high school. You would not recognize me in high school from now because I just had a dark cloud over my head. And I would definitely say to your question, yeah, that definitely played a role in my past.
That's good. I would say, for me, I'm agreeing with Rashonda's first answer, how, just basically saying that, well, okay, for me, my past self, I'll say my past self will look at me now as she'll be intimidated by me simply because I have been through so much of a spiritual change and emotional change and just really trying to tap into who I really am. And just looking back at the younger me, maybe like 3 or 5 years ago, I would have been like, you gotta pick it up. Like, you really gotta get it together. However, I am proud of how far I came in a lot of areas of my life. Adulting will always suck. I hate it here. And it's not a lifetime to go. Life lets me live that long, so.
Aww.
Yeah, when Rashana was talking about the bloggers and stuff, it made me realize that, I feel like one thing that I really was trying to aspire to be growing up and stuff was someone that I knew my younger self would want to be, one of the girls that I would want to look up to when I was little. And I recently have been really proud of myself because I feel like I really made it to that point where I'm just like, wow, I'm a person that my younger me would be like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be her when I grow up. So, it's really cool.
Oh, I was saying I'm nothing like my younger self.
Really?
Absolutely not.
I realize that, yeah, but it's just I don't know, if my younger self knew all the stuff that I would have to go through and transition to, she would be like, wow, I can't believe I made it, so, yeah.
Definitely.
I would, if I could, go back and just say some things to my younger self. And even just some of the kids that I coached, because I coached for 4 years,
Yeah.
definitely be more open-minded. I know y'all love sports, I know y'all love basketball. I was that person. I thought ball was life and I was going to go D1 or even D2, whatever. I just wanted to go play basketball. It's so many more things out there. Even if you're afraid of what your friends going to think, go out for that play. Join our agricultural class, whatever. Just do different things because now I'm into podcasting, I'm into TV news and stuff like that. If I would have been doing this stuff in high school when I originally had not even opportunity, just the interest in it, I would be so much far along than what I am now because I feel like I'm behind now because we had those opportunities in high school, but I was just so basketball, sports. So definitely, if there's an opportunity that you want to go take it. I promise you it's going to open so many more doors for yourself. So definitely just be open-minded and try new things.
And the funny thing is, you spoke about being behind, feeling behind right now, but I'm sure when you were younger, you felt like you were either behind or you weren't at the exact moment that you wanted to be at. So it might not be that you are behind, but you're in the exact moment to grow and prosper into the person that you want to become. So.
Okay, y'all. So I just feel like my past self is a little bit of what everybody said. I feel like I was the one girl that was just let people run over me, kind of didn't want to speak up for myself, was too afraid of hurting people's feelings. I kind of just okay, whatever, okay, just let it go. But it's me now, this woman now is powerful. This woman now is strong. This woman now is strength and growth and maturity and experience. So it's just I feel like I'm a little bit of all y'all, to be honest. And I'm a social butterfly. Never give up. Never give up on y'all's dreams. And I agree with Tristan when he mentioned that to be more open-minded because first of all, I never thought I would be at FAMU. I used to always be like, I would never come here in my life.
For real?
I'm so serious. But you feel me? You just never know which path God has for you. It's so important to, just follow God's path, honey. He gonna lead you in the right way, honey. Okay.
Hallelujah.
If for me, my past self,
You so
I
funny.
would say my past self probably be proud of me because I am what I always wanted to be, which is a Swiss Army knife. Because I'm able to do multiple things in multiple variations.
Look at you.
Drop the mic.
But I'm able to do a whole different, my schedule now is way more busier than it's ever been. And I'm able to hold everything and do everything that I can do in a timely fashion. And I'm also able to just be more productive not only with myself but with my community and what I do and things like that.
So, but how do you stop yourself from getting burnt out with doing so much?
Because I'm on a mission and I know what I need.
Ooh, he spoke a word right there. I like that.
you just don't have a big enough plate.
Ooh.
Change your
Yeah.
plate size. Don't change your portion size.
Which means that God will never put more on you
Then you can
pay.
make.
Period. Period. Look at me.
All right, y'all, so what album or song title would describe your lives right now and why? Okay, for me, I have about two. Now, all the girls gonna love this one, but one of the songs that's describing my life right now is Cranes in the Sky by Sublime.
Can you speak that?
I tried to drink it away, sleep it away. I tried to do a lot of things, but the depressive mood swings are there. Also, another song I would say is Broken Clocks by SZA. I'm not gonna like post songs like a different meaning, but however, like there's like a lyric in it that always says, I just take it day by day, and I just take it day by day. Well, really now, minute by minute, because something always happening. But yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. You see me pulling it out right now because you know I butcher names, but we're gonna get it right today. So we have Queen Space.
Ooh!
By Ari Lennox.
I know that's right.
Anyway,
I was looking at album too.
I know, right? I told y'all might steal it here. So I just feel like this is a good song cover for me because I feel like I'm starting to recognize my worth, my power, and so I'm just starting to recognize, you know, it is a privilege to be in my space and not to be conceited, but you know, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you allow people into your life because you feel that they're either you're not worthy or they're above you, and sometimes you just allow people in your space, and I just feel like this is the Queen Space. It's just oh man, I had it, but it's okay. But the Queen Space is just recognizing that, you know, not everybody should be in your space. You got to be careful who you allow in your space.
So I have two songs. I don't even remember what I forgot. I was trying to look it up, but man, I got good service down here. So and I'm pretty sure everybody knows this gospel song, "We Fall Down."
Yes.
Classic.
I didn't say that. But we gonna get on that. Don't judge me by his cover.
I'm about to. Because we fall down, but we get up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so I done fell down a couple of times, and I still get that.
Oh my God.
I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? And then, just on more like my level type thing, I'm gonna go Furthest Thing by Drake. If y'all know the song and y'all know how he started off, you know, that's, literally every time I hear it, like, dang, this man is spitting. Drake is one of them artists where, you know, you might not like it when you first listen to it, but then later on in life, when you go through it, you're like, hey, he can do this. So yeah, those are my two little songs.
Wow, Tristan.
Bam!
Tristan, my level of respect for you,
Just
honey. Because no, seriously, one of my favorite songs, well, yeah, the one that describes me now is what is the song called by Martin? Never Would Have Made It. Okay.
Y'all gonna make me start
No, I'm
crying.
so serious because you've been through so much, and it's just like you look back on your past and you're like, Lord, I never would have made it. Like, how did I make it? Like, how did I make it this far? That's one of them. The second one is Self Love by Nivea and Jason Lyric, because it describes like kind of similar to what you were saying about the Queen song. Now it's time to kind of like focus on you. What makes you happy? For so long, you've been focusing on other people and what makes other people happy. Now it's like, okay, no, I need to cater to myself now. Like, it's Lexi time. So yeah.
I like that.
Come on, Lexi time. Well, wedding made me feel like a sinner. But the song that I would like to describe myself, or it's not even just a song, it's her in general. Honestly, it's Jill Scott. I love Jill Scott to death. And it's like her being in itself, she is herself all the way around. You would never see her try to be anything other than that. And she has one song called Rolling Hills, and everyone sleeps on it, but it's okay. But she has a song called Rolling Hills, and she's basically saying in the song how she is prized, basically. And you have to allow people like you have to know that you have power in yourself. You don't have to rely on anything else. And so like that song, Golden, like Moments, A Long Walk, even that song, like it's just relaxing. So Jill Scott would definitely be one of those artists. And then I can't say Jill Scott without saying Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh.
So it's like, you gotta bring her up.
Yeah.
But Jasmine
Yeah.
Sullivan would be someone else. Her newest album, like all women know it. Guys probably do too, but okay, I'm sorry, but no, her newest album, those songs in itself told stories that I think everyone can relate to, and so I think those situations, especially with me being 22, those situations are more prominent now, like they're happening more often, and so just hearing songs like that, I think that's the best songs to describe like right now.
I just want to say, y'all are dropping dimes right now. These are some great songs. But I got an album. It's called Me Against the World by Tupac. And I just feel like me being a young adult going through college, I graduate soon. I'm sure y'all know, like, the pressure is on me. Like, I'm trying to be the best me possible. I got to get to where I want to be. And it just feel like life always caving in on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a constant move of like, I gotta keep fighting. It's really me against the world, because who got me like me? You feel me?
That's the one.
So for me, I have two. And one is YOLO by Drake. Well, once you say Fellas Say That, Get in My Mind. And the other one is Price of Fame by Brett Myers. And the reason I say YOLO is because you do only get one life. You don't know what happens after this, so you got to make the best of it while you can. And then for Price of Fame, it's because what are you willing to do to get to where you want to be? And it's also like, you should know limitations that you have within yourself to reach these certain type of things.
Okay, Elijah, we were sitting on you. We were sleeping on you.
Yeah,
You woke us up.
sleeping. That's the same part. We were asleep.
I feel like mine, well, first, I got two songs too. The first one I feel like would be Beautiful Flower by India Ari. Just because also I was named after her. So like, and that song is one that my mom always like says that she plays when she thinks about me and my sisters. Like, and I really like it because like she talks about being like resilient, powerful, beautiful, and like smart and stuff and everything. So like, whenever I'm like sad, I listen to that because I'm just like, man, like I got this and stuff. Like, you know, like yeah, like the words she speaks in there are like really beautiful affirmations. And then another song, I gotta do Ariana Grande. Don't. Anyways, so I would say, well, the NDRE song is definitely like just like all the time and stuff like throughout my life. But where I'm at right now, I would definitely say like Ariana Grande's song "Successful" from her Sweetener album. I like it because she. I like it because she talks about, it's like she feels so, the line is like, it feels so good to be so young and have so much fun when you're successful. And I really like that because like, you know, like where I'm at now in life, I work like a lot and stuff, and like having all these opportunities and stuff with different things I'm involved in, like it really does feel so good to be successful. And like, it makes you think like, okay, you're doing all this for a purpose, like is working towards a greater purpose, like, you know?
Okay, wait,
Yes.
so you said where you work. So where do you work?
Here we go.
So,
all right.
Just know, I get money.
Cut that part.
That's all you need to know.
I did want to say two more things though. First of all, shout out to Jada with Broken Clocks. That's a great song. Y'all heard this song? That's a great song.
The album is good.
That whole
Amazing.
And also, the honorable mention has to be "Gang Over Love" by Brett Favre. That's a great song. Cause you too young to be trying to fall in love. Gang Over Love all the time.
You said gang over love.
Oh my God.
You too
This
young
is
to
ridiculous.
fall in love?
This don't make no
That's a
sense.
lot of people's mentality right now.
Oh, man.
See,
We're in
I
college,
feel-
you're living life, you're trying to figure
That's
it
why
out.
that's the wrong
Maybe I'm older.
mentality. I just feel like
What?
it's not even that. It's
yeah.
just like we are so. It's like we're scared to love, and I say this because we get ourselves in these situationships, and there's nothing that comes out of it. So what do you feel like when you get into that situation? Because some people just tell me they feel like they don't feel.
Rashawn's speaking the
That's
truth right now.
That's a topic for another day.
I'm not gonna lie, I have mixed mixed feelings on that. I don't think it's you're afraid to love. I feel like a lot of people right now, especially right now, we don't necessarily want to automatically settle down. We're only in our 20s, and we saw a lot of our like older generations, like the parents that raised us. Those are the people who did get married young, and they had a lot of issues. And so now people aren't necessarily rushing into marriages anymore. So we're not necessarily rushing to love right now. I'm not saying we're afraid of it, but we're not jumping immediately like to love automatically
You
right
said
now.
that, but I see us jumping into these relationships that don't even make sense. Like, we are jumping
That's because
into
people
these
meet
situationships,
Yeah.
and then we're crying at the end, oh, he didn't wipe me up because he didn't want to be wiped up in the moment that he...
Ooh.
But I'm just saying, like, there's no way you can say you're not afraid to love, but you are still... I feel like people are seeking love, they're just afraid to say...
It's commitment more than love.
I don't think so. How are you going to have commitment and
That's
not
where
love?
situationships come from, though. You're not
That's the
committed.
generation we're living in.
You're not. A situationship is that itself. It's not a relationship. It's just someone that you're with. You don't have a title. And the reason why people don't have those titles is because they have a fear of commitment. I don't think it's a fear of love.
I feel like it's
Okay, me personally, I just feel like it's a lot, it's demanding at a young age. You feel me?
It's
Like
demanding?
time, money, all that go into that. Like
Wait, can you repeat that? I'm so sorry.
it's very demanding at a young age. Like I gotta spend money with you. I gotta spend money on you. I gotta spend time with you. I'm still trying to figure me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going through my own problems. And if you going through problems, that's weighing on me too. So now I got twice the world. You feel me? So I just feel like that's a
But
lot.
that's the thing, like, don't be trying to date anybody if you don't have your own, like, things together. And a lot of people like to jump into all these things, and they don't even heal themselves or financially, emotionally. So it's like, what are you doing? And I hate situationships. It's like, why are you, like, what are we doing?
But can I just say, can I shout out the dude, who's the dude that we saw last week? That literally, he spoke a word to us, all of us. He said, relationships are like a backpack. You cannot carry somebody else's books in your backpack because then it is too heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what you wear when you're young? A backpack, most of the time. So
No, he's
he
in
is
J
saying-
school. His name is Mr. Lloyd.
Mr. Lloyd,
Was
yeah.
he-
And actually, he's doing great now. He said he is happily married because you know why? He can carry her books in his backpack. Like, he has the resources and is able, and the mind and the mentality and stuff to carry everything now. He said when he was younger, he was not able to. So that's why he said, don't get a girlfriend in college. Like,
Exactly.
he literally said it.
Gang over love. you did all that to literally prove gang over love. Right?
Okay, well, I want to show
But we go to FAMU, we go to, you know, Bad Female University.
He said bad female, black
Somebody recently, they said on Twitter, which was so true. They said a hot take on Twitter. They said FAMU is not where you find a man. So take that with what you will.
I mean,
Not me though.
we
Y'all
saw
be saying-
that in the case with the girl having to call out her
Her boyfriend.
thing on
The library.
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm just saying.
Library.
We're gonna skip this topic. Hope y'all enjoyed today's topics as much as we did.
Thank you for watching Close Friends and the Homies podcast.
Where we bring the realness one topic at a time.
Before y'all click off this video, make sure y'all drop a like and then subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.